NFL, explain yourself, man. What in the world happened on that last drive? Packers come out victorious 27-19. And look, I'll be the first one to say here on the Chiefs Report that did the Chiefs need that PI call? Yes. Should they have been in position to need that PI call? No. But was it pass interference? Yes. And that is the first thing that just boggles my mind. How do you not call that? He is giving a piggyback ride. There's no reason that shouldn't be called. MVS, listen, he's had drop problems, but that's PI. You can't not call that right there. Let's look at the stat sheet here for the Chiefs versus Packers. Mahomes, 21 of 33, 210, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Pacheco with 18 carries for 110 yards and 1 touchdown. Kelce, 4 receptions, 81 yards, no touchdowns. But here's the big thing. You look to the other side. Love, 267, 3 touchdowns. The Packers' offense was good. The Chiefs' defense just could not be stopped, or rather could not stop the Packers' offense. Now, there was some injuries, which we'll get to here in a minute, but it's just overall absolute blasphemy what happened in this game. Listen, I know the Chiefs would have had to score from the 10. I know they would have had to get a 2-point conversion. But there is no planet where you cannot call a pass interference when he is on top of a receiver. When a defender is on top of a receiver, guess what? That means it's PI. You can't not call that, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's really frustrating, and I'm right there with everybody here who is honestly just frustrated with it. What's your one-word reaction to the loss? I mean, the Chiefs now sit at 8-4. They don't control their own destiny in the AFC for the 1 seed. It's something else. I truly do not get it what's going on, and it's just bad. One-word reaction to the Chiefs' loss against the Packers. Mine hurts, physically and literally, because physically there was injuries. You have guys like Brian Cook, Drew Tranquil, Isiah Pacheco all going out. You have guys like Donovan Smith getting injured. I mean, overall, there was just a multitude of injuries that really hurt. On top of which, you are now going to sit at 8-4. The Ravens now have a full game up on you. And honestly, 8-4, you're behind both now the Jaguars, if they don't lose tomorrow, and the Dolphins. You had a chance tonight to be the 1 seed in the AFC. Instead, you're the 4. It's not good. It's not good. Now, I'm not going to say that Patrick Mahomes deserves all the blame, but he definitely deserves some of it. He wasn't exactly the greatest in terms of, well, let's say a lot of things, like probably throwing that interception. I don't know what he was doing. Sky Moore didn't exactly run the right route, but it was overthrown either way. Now, credit to the defender. It was a great pick. Got his hands out there, picked it out of the air. Good catch there. But overall, I mean, Mahomes just didn't play to his level that you expect from him. Now, I think it's hard because usually the defense does great. I mean, this was the first time all year the Chiefs' defense allowed more than 25 points. Chiefs lost. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's tough, and Mahomes does not deserve all the downfall of it, but he's definitely not immune to it. He had some problems in this game as well. Now, Isiah Pacheco, 18 carries, 110, 1 touchdown. This dude was amazing this entire game. Dude was incredible. He kept his team in it. He was fighting for yards, literally just freaking going out and having a baller game. Here's the problem. He threw a punch at the end of the game that got himself ejected and pushed the Chiefs 15 yards back. Now, the thing is, at the time, he thought it was a fumble and the Packers had just won the game. And so he thought, throwing a punch, whatever, I get ejected, doesn't matter. At least that's what I hope he thought. But instead, it was ruled down at the 35-yard line, and it was a 15-yard penalty, and he got ejected. You can't have that happening. And I'm not saying that, we should attack him at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just you've got to be more mindful in those scenarios of frustration to keep it within yourself and understand that, it's just not exactly the way it is. But at the same time, I can talk about Mahomes. I can talk about Pacheco. But we need to talk about the freaking refs. That was terrible. That was PI, and there was a bunch of blatantly missed calls. I'm going to say the last one, that was letting the kids play, as Kelce got pushed in the back on the Hail Mary. But guess what? That's also PI. It just makes no sense how the NFL keeps getting away with it. Roger Goodell continues to keep letting these blatant pass interference calls go by the wayside. What is a catch? What is pass interference? What is the NFL, Roger? Because right now, it's something stupid. The product that you're putting out is not anywhere near it was when you came on. Listen, you've done a great job with the international series. You've done a great job with everything with marketing. But you need to fix the actual game. That was PI, and that hurt the Chiefs. And that's the end of it. We need more subs, though. Listen, we got a sub for KC Dubs, and we just got to get more. Subscribe to their channel. We're putting out Chiefs content. We're going to have a video tomorrow, probably blasting the refs again and asking what the heck is wrong with this Chiefs team. Because honestly, again, you should not have been in that situation. I get that. Now, it still was PI, but you shouldn't have been there. It shouldn't have needed to be called. They don't have the pick. Don't need it. Now, I take myself back because this was honestly one of the better wide receiver games for the Chiefs. Kelce had 4 receptions for 81 yards. Rashee had 8 receptions for 64 yards. MVS had 2 for 25. Overall, this team was playing very well to a high caliber level. They just weren't getting in the end zone, to be quite honest with you. Back-to-back field goals on their 2 drives in the first half. I say 2 drives literally because that's all they had. They only had 2 drives. They only had one other one that was a knee, and it didn't matter. So I don't know what to say. Richie James, he was finally kind of back in this rotation, had 1 reception for 12 yards. Long of 12, obviously, with that 1 reception. But glad to see him back. I like that he is back in this rotation. Had a pretty good kick return. I know he's been on IR there that week 2 for a while. Finally back in the squad, and now it's going to be up to him and a bunch of the other receivers to honestly just figure out what in the world is going on and hopefully what exactly they can do to kind of fix this and make this go away. I want you to grade the Chiefs offense, A, B, C, D, or F. What is going on? I mean, it wasn't good. I'm going to let you know my answer here in just a second. But before that, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor today. The reason we're here, the reason we're talking to you, that is Factor Meals. Now, Factor is America's #1 meal delivery service that gets you hot and fresh, ready meals sent right to you that you can cook up in just 2 minutes. Now, this holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, convenient meals to keep you energized on jam-packed days. Well, luckily for you, Factor, which again is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, well, they can help you fuel up fast for breakfast, lunch, dinner, with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling all of your holiday to-dos. If you're too busy with holiday plans to cook like me, but you want to make sure you're eating well, Factor helps you skip the extra trip to the grocery store, the shopping, the prepping, even the cleaning up. You don't have to do that with Factor. Now, you're still going to get the flavor, the nutritional quality. Everything you need is still going to be there with Factor. Now, their fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy. Enjoy extra convenience any time of the day with an assortment of 45-plus add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. Choose from breakfast items like their delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar bites, potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillet, or for an easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. Make sure you head to factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 and use code ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. Again, that's code ChiefsChat50 at factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service. All right, guys, here's my grade. I'm going to say C because this offense, the yardage was there. The stats were okay, but they just couldn't get the end zone. And it's time and time again that we have to keep talking about this offense. I'm getting tired of it. But I want to take a second to remind everybody that I don't really think it was the offense's fault in this game. I mean, the defense just fell apart. It was obviously injuries, but 382 yards, that's not good. 253 in the air, 129 on the ground to a backup running back. Aaron Jones was there. Now, I know A.J. Dillon is a starter on a lot of teams, but still, it's a backup running back. No turnovers. Time of possession was even. Now, a big reason behind this was that you had Brian Cook get injured. And to put it lightly, it was not pretty. He had a lower leg injury, and he's probably done. I'm going to be quite honest with you. From the videos that I've seen, it is, let's just say his foot was in the wrong place, basically. Don't look it up. I encourage you, do not look that up. It's not fun. Yeah, I feel terrible for Brian Cook. I hope he is better and better than ever next year. But it was a sad sight to see. Cook, who's having a pretty good year out of Cincinnati, it's going to take your safety room to now come back up. You got guys like Shamari Connor, a rookie, Maybe he could step up. Mike Edwards could come in here. Joshua Williams could also play a little bit of safety if he's needed to. Jalen Watson could come in there and play maybe. I mean, there's a couple cornerbacks that could transition to that position. We'll have to see, but prayers up to Brian Cook. That's really tough. Who was your MVP tonight versus Green Bay? Because like I still want to ask this question because I feel like there was some players who played great and like deserve maybe some recognition, but who was your MVP? It was nobody for me because I literally this thing right here, yeah, that had Isiah Pacheco on it until about 2 seconds left or 30 seconds left, whatever it was, in the end of the game, because he threw a bunch and that really hurt. Now I know he thought it was a different situation. It was a different, the Packers just won. Throwing a punch doesn't matter, but you have to control your anger. And unfortunately, I don't think anybody else deserves it. Mahomes threw a pick. Kelce was kind of good, but I mean, he wasn't obviously open all the time. I mean, I'm not going to say he was an MVP. Rashee was good, but he almost fumbled the ball, fumbled the game away. Just nobody. There's just nobody. Like the video if you love the Chiefs still. This really hurts, but at the same time, the Chiefs have a way of just kind of figuring things out at the end of the season. And we're getting close there, so I mean, they don't have much time left, but at this point, you got to just try to figure out the way. So, like the video. We appreciate all you watching. If you're pissed off at the refs, like the video. Peace out, Chiefs Kingdom.